Good morning, everyone. I'm Nate.
And I'm Paul. Welcome to this edition of the T-Bird News. I can't believe it's already halfway through the year. Before you know it, we'll be seeing greener fields, hearing birds sing, and smelling that cow manure. Let's get right into it.
As the old saying goes, new year, new me. People across the world have been setting resolutions to follow for 2022. But how many know where these New Year's resolutions come from? Sam Helwig dove deeper into this matter and also got insight from the student body as well.
With the new year comes many New Year's resolutions. I was able to get a deeper look about the history and also ask students and staff what their New Year's resolution was.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! We did it!
The ancient Babylonians are said to have been the first people to make New Year's resolutions over 4,000 years ago. They were also the first to hold a celebration in honor of the New Year. Many people began celebrating New Year's Eve in Times Square as early as 1904, but it was in 1907 that the New Year's Eve ball made its descent from a flagpole atop in Times Square. Many people have New Year's resolutions and try new things to better themselves for the new year. The top 3 resolutions are exercise more, lose weight, and get organized. I was able to talk to some students and staff here at North Branford and see what they got planned for the new year and what resolutions they created.
My New Year's resolution is to stay in touch with my high school friends in college.
My New Year's resolution is to drink more water.
My New Year's resolution is to start making and saving more money.
My New Year's resolution is I don't have one. They're kind of pointless. Everyone ends up stopping by the end of January, so why even start?
My New Year's resolution is to date Catherine Poulin.
It was fun to hear everyone's New Year's resolutions. For T-Bird News, I'm Sam Helwig.
Would somebody help me?
What's happening, Paul?
To be honest, Nate, my brain has gone completely numb from all of these midterms.
Well, if you need help, I need help too.
Nate has been peeking in on classes to see how everybody was getting prepared for these exams.
Midterms are resuming this year after they were stalled because of the pandemic. Though they have resumed, they are a little different this year. Let's see. In an effort to better prepare students of MBHS for college, the administration decided to resume having exams. Juniors and seniors are the only students who have ever experienced a midterm. Preparing students for exams has been the goal of many teachers for the past 2 weeks. Releasing study guides, reviewing the material, and being available for flex, teachers have done it all. Students have also taken the initiative as they prepare for exams, making note cards, reviewing, and studying hard. Many at MBHS are trying their best for midterms.
So I've made different Quizlets. I also have many different flashcards, and I've color-coded all of them. And I just kind of go over my flashcards every day, and or have my mom ask me a couple questions a day for at least 15 minutes, and take a break and then go back.
So I'm studying every night a certain subject, and over the weekend I'm going to be doing a lot of review packages my teacher's been handing out, and just reviewing past quizzes and tests.
I've been doing a lot of studying and working through packets, making my own study guides, doing flashcards, everything I can do I've been doing.
Of all the exams people are taking, some are proving to be harder than others. My pre-calc exam looks to be the most challenging, while others are worried about other exams.
The hardest one I have is probably either my Spanish 4 Honors one or my Pre-Calc Honors one, because those ones are very rigorous classes.
Honestly, I think the pre-calculus midterm will be the hardest. That class is certainly not easy, so yeah, that's going to be a bit of a challenge. But, if I prepare hard, I think, it's going to be okay.
I want to say history because I have a lot of terms that I need to memorize in different essays. But other than that, I have everything set in stone.
We're going to put these on la pizarra, amigos.
Not everyone is taking a full schedule's worth of midterms this year. For many seniors, they're taking hardly any.
As a senior, I have 4 because I'm taking 4 full-year classes, but the senior privilege is that if you have a semester class, then you don't have to take the midterm/final kind of, so I only have 4 this year.
Most midterm grades will be in by January 27th. For the T-Bird News, I'm Nate Higgins. Last year, we started something new with Alumni Limelight. This year, we are continuing the trend by highlighting another worker who has graduated from MBHS. Paul Rathbone was able to catch up with Mrs. Somquest for this edition of Alumni Limelight.
One of the school's most treasured paraprofessionals, Mrs. Sundquist, does her job in many locations, including here in Resource, and here during her hall duty. On this edition of Alumni Limelight, we are going to look at the high school career of Mrs. Sundquist.
She graduated in 1983. Although she was not a part of school sports, she was always busy. She used to be on a dance team and actively participated in gym class, where she recalls having the most fun in school.
My favorite teachers, I had two of them. It had to be Miss Webb and Miss Noon. I was a big fan of gym class, and taking gym with them was just so fun. Gym just seemed to break up the day, and it was just a class to look forward to just kind of get your energy out. Although I wasn't very athletic, the teacher still made it fun.
She says her favorite part of the job is one-on-one learning with the students.
Alive.
It allows her to make a positive relationship and form a connection with the student. She came back to work in the district after her great high school experience. Things were a lot different about MBHS back when Mrs. Sundquist went here herself.
There were less students throughout the grades here back when I went to school as opposed to now. We had these lockers. They were very skinny and they were bright orange, and we could just about fit our winter coats in them. And then on the top is where we were supposed to put our books. And the lever just popped open and we were able to put all our books in there, and everything fit really nice. And we had these pay phones here. When I came to school, we had pay phones at North Branford High School. But the students were discouraged from using them. We weren't really allowed to use them until like after hours, if we were calling our parent for a ride. The gyms at that time were referred to as the large gym and the small gym. The large gym being the boys' gym, and the small gym was known as the girls' gym. We often did go in the boys' gym, though. They would make the divider go, and then we would sometimes do gymnastics in the boys' gym, while we did basketball in the girls' gym.
And that's all for this edition of the Alumni Limelight. For T-Bird News, I'm Paul Raffon. Have you seen the progress in the new building?
Yes, I have, Paul. I see they poured the foundation.
Well, I cannot wait to step foot inside of a new building. Everyone is a bystander as we watch it being constructed, but in North Branford High School, we see this as a learning opportunity to collaborate with architectural firm QA&M. Carly Parenti goes into detail on how the students and workers are teaming up for this rare opportunity.
With the development of the new school comes the opportunity for NBHS students to get involved in the engineering process. Let's take a look.
I did the engineering program there, and
Recently, STEM and engineering students from the middle school and high school have been able to attend meetings with volunteers from QA&M, an architecture firm in Connecticut.
earthquakes, so seismic.
Ms. Redmond is the head of this program and is excited to see her students get this opportunity.
So today we are working with the engineers and construction managers from QA&M and Gilbane Construction. They are working on the new high school, and we were provided with an opportunity for a mentorship program for middle schoolers and high schoolers once a month to meet with engineers and construction members to talk about careers, take a look at the construction site, and see what's going on and unfolding with the high school as it happens in real time.
In these meetings, students get to learn about how buildings are constructed, what preparations are needed to do so, and specifically see how this information applies to our own school.
One of the biggest things I've learned is that before a building, for example, our school, is even constructed, there's a lot of planning that's involved. Many groups, each with their own task, have to meet together to create a plan on how they're going to design and construct this building.
What a great way for students to gain a new perspective on the building's construction. For T-Bird News, I'm Carly Parenti.
That's all for this week's T-Bird News. I'm Nate.
And I'm Paul. Stay warm and safe. Roll birds!